we're going to make a video of how we naturally cured our dogs from parvovirus. Basically, this virus is extremely deadly. It's most commonly affecting very young dogs, and there are certain breeds that are more susceptible to it, including Dobermans and Pit Bulls, which we have here. These are half Pit Bull, half street dogs. Basically, this is Inti, and about a month and a half ago he contracted parvovirus. As you see, he's still pretty skinny. And we have Ketchu, who is now pretty much
extremely gordo.
Yeah, he's pretty much completely cured at this point. We just wanted to explain how we did it. Just a disclaimer, we are not veterinarians, but you know, this is just some advice here.
We just love our pets.
You know, Parvo is a virus. It rapidly attacks the dividing blood cells and white blood cells, and particularly in the stomach. The way that we knew that they were first sick is that first Inti stopped eating and he started throwing up. Shortly after that, he started having diarrhea with blood in it. Ketchu, about a day later, started getting that as well. So we took them to the local vet here, and we're in Peru, so we don't have access to a whole lot here, but there is a vet here, and they gave us the bad news that, you know, they have parvovirus. It was pretty hard to hear. He told us that, you know, they probably would not make it, and he had never heard of anyone doing, you know, natural in-home treatments. And he couldn't really give us any advice whatsoever other than to try to keep them hydrated. So what we did is we brought them home and did everything that we could to keep them around the clock hydrated, and including oral injections of like Pedialyte type electrolytes, coconut water, MMS, and colloidal silver. That's what we did the first 2 days, every half an hour. You just take a little syringe, maybe about 5 milliliters at a time. Actually 10 millimeters, so you do it twice. They're going to start throwing up. Still, they're going to throw up a lot. They're going to have diarrhea, and they're not going to eat for like a long time. They didn't eat for 9 days. They were literally almost dead, hardly moving. They rapidly lost weight. Still blood in their diarrhea, and it was just really devastating to watch. But we all had faith that they were going to make it through, and they did. So after the first day of every half an hour giving them, you know, the oral injections there, I didn't know if that was going to be enough. So I bought an IV, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But I bought an IV and was giving them IVs in the back of the neck. About 2 to 3 times, 4 times a day, about 20 to 30 milliliters at a time. On top of that, we were doing enemas as well with coconut water and colloidal silver, MMS. We will also show you how to make your own colloidal silver at home, because it is very expensive if you even have access to it. We don't have access to it here, so we had to make our own. But you know, enemas with that as well. And then just with a lot of love and a few other natural things.
Okay.
So I'm about to give Inti some fluid. He has parvovirus at the moment, so I'm going to show you guys how to do the fluid if your dog has parvo, because they get very dehydrated very quickly. So this is, I don't know what you call it, but it's an IV, I don't know what this part is called, but you basically want to fill this up with some saline solution. And the way you do that, there's actually a part here, you stick it in the hole and then you can hang this upside down until it fills up. You want to put a fresh needle on the end here. This is an 18 gauge needle. This is for actually doing this. And then I also have a smaller needle, which I will use to inject some colloidal silver into the line itself to get that in him as well. So let's go ahead and get that going. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so when you want to put the needle and the IV in the skin, you don't want it to go into the muscle. So you want to kind of pick up this flat of skin here and make like a pocket so that the needle can go in. Now, if this is your first time doing it, it is a little bit weird, but you just need to press hard enough so that it goes through and just basically commit. So here we go. Get a good piece of skin here.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so once it's in, you want to hold it in there and then you can adjust. This part is where you turn on the IV. And at the top here, where you see it dripping, you want it to see it dripping. That means that the fluid is going in. And you'll want to take a look at the numbers so you can kind of see how much fluid you're giving your dog. Okay, so this is the colloidal silver. I have about 3 milliliters here with another needle on the end. This is not an 18 gauge, it's quite a bit smaller. And I guess maybe an 18 gauge would work also. I'm just injecting it into the line. There's a little spot here where you can actually inject it. It is a lot easier with 2 people. Rebecca, can you see? Okay, so this doesn't hurt them at all. Just want to inject it slowly into it. The reason I'm injecting the colloidal silver here is that way it goes directly into him, because when I've been giving it orally and sometimes through enemas, it'll come right back up or come out pretty quickly. So I find that this helps quite a bit. Now a pocket will form, gracias. A pocket will form here on the back of his neck, like a bubble, so it'll kind of look like a, you can kind of see it starting to go now. This is good, you can kind of feel it. And that pocket will be there, you know, maybe for like an hour. So this is basically a large syringe with a long top here. This is what I'm using to give the enemas, and I find that with the enemas you can give them a lot more than you can orally. And I put maybe about 10 to 20 milliliters of fluid in this, and I've been mixing it with MMS, coconut water, colloidal silver, and chlorophyll drops, and different combinations of each. Put a little bit of oil on the end, and then I just slowly insert it and slowly put the fluid in. The dog may feel pretty much immediately like it has to go to the bathroom, so I find that if I just, you know, hold them for a few minutes, that feeling will pass so that the fluid can stay in them. The goal here is just to keep them as hydrated as possible, and, you know, keep applying the colloidal silver, which we'll show you how to make as well in this video, because it's pretty much the thing that cured them. It's a natural antibiotic. It's kind of a cure-all, especially this being a virus. You know, definitely needs something that can take care of it.
Agua de luz, agua de estrellas, Pachamama viene del cielo. Limpia el corazón, agua de sana el corazón, agua de calma corazón, agua del cielo. Tus ojos de barbilitas, se van en las estrellitas, mamá. Tus ojos de barbilitas, se van en las estrellitas, mamá. Agua de luz, agua de estrellas, Pachamama viene del cielo. Agua de luz, agua chiamama viene del cielo.